did.
Yeah.
But they still tempted it. Like, they knew it was going to come.
Kieran is such a macho man, isn't he? He's like, little pent-up, aggressive little, He just wants to get out of the house and have Rebecca wee on him again and he'll be all good.
Oh, gross. Look at this cat.
Oh, really nice.
So now we're on to day 50. The story of my life.
What is that? One Direction? We know someone who likes One Direction.
What, Black Jungle saying?
Yeah.
Because I said it too. That's how they woke up, with that story of my life. And they had a group hug.
Yeah.
Kieran wasn't involved.
Kieran was being a little bitch on his period.
Yeah. Because he'd been annoyed the previous night. So he goes, there ain't no napping. Some country farmer. Ain't no one napping today, he said.
Turned into Josie Gibson.
Yeah. And Hannah said, I don't want... Oh, yeah, she mentioned this in the bedroom the previous night. She said, I don't want you to throw cans at me.
Oh, yeah.
Has he thrown a can at someone?
No, but when he said... When they had that pillow fight, he went, I'll throw cans at you. I'll take it to that level.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah, so he was... threatening further violence.
Well, that's not okay.
No, it's not okay.
Isabel was snoozing, and then Kieran went in with the
tried and tested technique,
the evil dick strategy,
bashing out the pots and pans. I said evil dickhead. Even you mentioned evil dick.
Because I know that's what I know that's what he did. That's fabled. Yeah. Everyone knows evil dick bashed the pots and pans.
Yeah, and like flicked cigarettes at people.
So
that's an act of violence.
This week's task started up. Now the housemates were being taken through the stages of life in fast forward. I actually thought this was a really good task. Did you?
Fun, yeah.
Where are you going?
I'm going to turn that lamp off because it's making a noise.
We can't hear that, but I like this.
But it's distracting me.
Oh, okay. That's a shame. It's keeping me going. Put the disco lights on for the final.
I know, but it makes a funny noise.
That's distracting you?
Yeah, it's distracting
all the listeners.
me. Oh, I'm worried about it. I'm worried about the sound quality and the production.
Well,
value.
last time we had it on, you didn't mind.
Oh,
we're just bickering on the podcast. Production values. So yeah,
our production values are about to go up. Stay tuned for CBB because I've got a new microphone that we haven't worked out how to use yet.
We've got to wait for the technician to come around.
But you wait, we're going to be in crystal clear quality.
1080p, HD, whatever they fucking call it for microphones.
If we can work out how to use it.
So yeah, the task started off. I thought this was a good fun task. Did you? I've enjoyed it, the way it's gone through all of the stages of life. So they initially were babies.
Yeah.
So Isabel and Tom were dressed as big babies, which I thought was really quite funny. The costumes were funny.
Like John Pardy.
So can you remember what happened here? They had to answer some questions.
Oh,
what was the question?
Spelling or not yet?
It was like they're taken into the task room. Yeah. Spelling was involved. They were just a quiz, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like, what tree produces acorns?
And then Tom was adamant that it was a pine tree.
Tom was adamant about quite a lot of things, including that you spell embarrass with an E. And this sort of...
To be fair, that's harder than canoe, isn't it?
Rest in peace, Danny Whisker. But what pissed me off about that task was Isabel knew all the fucking answers, but every time he corrected her, it made her doubt herself.
But that says a lot. That shows you what Isabel's like. Like, she's not confident enough in herself, right?
It's not just that. That's how interactions happen a lot with men and women. That men just like, no, this is the answer, and women are just like, oh, okay, you must be right. It's the patriarchy.
Don't ask me. I'm just a girl.
Exactly. It was a good example of the patriarchy in action, and it was annoying.
Deep.
No, it's actually true though.
No, but not many people would think of it like that.
No.
So the fact that you give us that perspective is good.
Well, you know me.
Yeah, I do. So then,
it's really dark over here now.
That's because that lamp is off because I was enhancing the disco lights.
All right, I'm gonna put the disco light back on. If you can hear a funny noise, it's the disco light.
Or put the pineapple on. You decide. Right. Retweet for pineapple lamp. Favourite for disco lights. Okay, the votes are coming in now. Oh, it's a disco light.
Yeah, but I'm going to put it further away so it's not as loud.
Okay.
There.
Excuse us while I sort out the studio lighting.
Yeah, but it adds to the production values, I think.
It makes us feel better. Basically, now there's like little green, blue and red lights like sparkling all over the ceiling.
Right.
Cool. So, yes, back to this task where they're dressed as babies. There's a question from Big Brother. The next one was, which continent is India in?
Yeah.
Should it not be, what continent is India on? But on a continent, not in a continent, right? Like you would say in Europe.
Yeah.
But in a question, it sounds better to say on the continent, right?
Yeah.
I thought Big Brother got their grammar fucked up then.
Fuck.
And who answered that? Tom and Isabel?
Tom
maybe?
said Indian Asia.
They got it right anyway, right? In the end, they concluded it was Asia.
Right.
Isabel.
And with the planets, it was like, which planet is nearest the sun?
I was amazed because I can't remember the planets. I've been out of school for a long time.
But I know Venus is miles away because Venus is cold, one of the cold ones. Like Venus, Neptune, they're on the end,
right.
at the cold end. Then Mars is like somewhere in the middle, and then Mercury's at the top.
But
Mercury's in retrograde.
Is it Morrissey?
No, Block Party.
Fuck's sake. If you sing it all like Morrissey, how am I supposed to know?
That's just my singing voice.
I thought it was
flat.
It sounded like Live Lounge, Morrissey covering Block Party. Basically,
I'd like to see that.
I was amazed that Isabel remembered this like my very easy method thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's like some rhyme that you get taught at school.
I can never remember shit like that. It's like I before E, except after C, and all that sort of shit. I can remember that one.
I can't remember the planets. Like, of all the planets, I wouldn't have thought of Mercury.
I wouldn't have thought of Mercury either.
I was amazed.
But I knew it weren't Venus. You know Venus is down the end. Venus, Pluto, Neptune, they're down the end.
I don't know
because they're all blue.
Do you know, maybe I don't know much because I don't think about space very much because I find it a little bit scary.
Oh, I love space.
But think about how big it is and like the vastness of space and how small we are. That fucks me up.
I like it.
I can't deal with it. So moving on. But the question before that was the spelling embarrass thing. They were close though.
And the others watching were just all like, don't listen to Tom, Isabel. They were close, not close enough.
So, in the next part of the show, we've seen...
Big Brother said, you have both been brainy babies. Babies just don't know how to spell, do they? It's misleading. And then Tom was in the DR going, I've done my GCSEs, I'm not stupid. GCSE brag.
Didn't he have some reason why he thought it was why he fucked up pine cone? I'm sure he came up with some reason, but I've forgotten what it was.
Who knows?
It was acorn. It should have been acorn the answer, shouldn't it?
That was, it was oak tree.
Oak tree, oh yeah.
Yeah, Kieran's like, I know my trees. Like, okay, Kieran.
Yeah, what was Kieran also talking about? Tarantulas the other day.
Idiot.
We'll come to that because I've got that in my notes.
Can you do this next bit? Because I found it quite tedious and annoying.
But I'll try. So somebody put cling film on Raf's bed. Oh, it's Duckgate.
Was it Kevin from BB19?
I don't know who it was that put that cling film on.
They're not your ducklings. Oh God, I can't go.
I don't know who it was who put that cling film on. Was it Tom and Charlotte? And hiding his ducks. So they've got his little ducks around the pool or whatever, and then Raf for some reason claimed them as his own, and they decided to hide them as a prank. So the prankster has become the Pranky. Pranky Grande. Oh yeah, Tom in the diary room said, I've never studied trees in my life. It's not a hobby of mine. Like, well, fair point.
Shit, they go.
So then Raf goes in, he sees this cling film. He's like, oh yeah, great prank. And then he tries to like pull it off and he goes, oh, it might be comfy actually, I'll keep it.
Rubber sheets.
So like Raf says if he can't find out who did it, he's going to punish everyone. Hell's coming! So basically his punishment is he starts crawling around in the bedroom with that curry powder, remember? He's like putting that curry powder under people's beds.
I remember, I just found it all extremely annoying and I blame Josie Gibson.
Well, me too, but like I just think Raf should have learnt from the garlic. Like that didn't go down well. Once you start putting curry powder under people's beds, that's something entirely, it's just too much. So I noticed that in the narration Rose Cottage had just become the bedroom because there was no longer a Thorn and Rose Cottage. And also I noticed for the first time an observation here that I thought you might like. You know that village square with the circular sofa?
Yeah.
If you look up, have you ever noticed there's a chandelier made out of like leaves, like leafy chandelier? I thought
that.
You probably would like that.
Don't forget to look up.
Exactly.
It's true, especially in London. If you look up, there's loads of cool things on top of buildings because they're old. like little goblins and things, gargoyles and stuff. Kieran said, "It stinks in my corner." Because and he's going, Raffy. I hate the way he was calling him Raffy. Raffy, it stinks in my corner. What are you doing? He's always low level picking on Raff. Twat.
Raff and Deborah had an argument.
Yeah, Deborah said, "I will finish you" to Raff.
No, but it seemed like
it was just bickering.
It was like genuine pissed offness.
But like, look at the way Chanel was. She would always bicker with the sisters as well. I think it's just cabin fever, isn't it? You just get fucking sick to death of those. Imagine if me and you had to spend the next 60 days in this house with no TV.
That's true.
We would be bickering like fuck. We'd be fist fighting.
Well, I wrote in Kuore. Who pronounced Kuore like that? Kieran.
Sounds like the way
Kuore powder. So next up. This
is good. The start of this so let's explain it.
That's a classic, right?
Yeah, Green Chill.
Yeah, Green Chill. And I was thinking, I remember Green Chill. Like, imagine all the people watching this that probably don't know what Green Chill actually is.
Watching what?
BBUK.
Oh. Right, let's explain the task.
It's the back to school section of the task.
They were all dressed as school children. They were getting like rated on different stuff. But the task was so boring at first, wasn't it? It was so lame. But then I liked it. Oh, did you?
Because I thought it was funny. Like, even if you put like actual adults in a school uniform, they immediately look like kids.
Yeah, that's true. Some of them quite suited it.
And they bought like those old timey desks in where you got the little flap where you can put all your books inside in the desk. Nice. I used to like that too. We had it too. Actually, we had one French teacher where she kept these old desks. They had a wooden desk and a wooden chairs, and they were like creaky. Like if you moved, they were creaky. But she was like Darth Vader of French teachers. And the reason she kept those old desks was because if you even moved in your chair, she could hear it. Her classroom was deathly silent. Like, you couldn't hear a thing. And if you moved in that chair, it was like... It was like, oh shit, I can't even move.
Oh God, what school did you go to?
The School of Hard Knocks.
But could you see what was coming?
Did we know that was going to result in the eviction?
No, we didn't. But it was so fucking obvious. The fact that they didn't get it.
Hang on.
Explain.
Okay. They're sat in a little classroom and they're being called up to the front 2 by 2, and then they're given these like envelopes, the reports with like a grade inside for something. So cleanliness, Hannah and Deborah got called up. Now this was a vote on a poll vote on the app.
These polls
I did vote on this one.
Okay.
Who got the cleanliest, most cleanly? One of Hannah and Deborah. I can't remember.
Racist.
No,
I'm joking.
I couldn't keep up on the notes. The most honest, Isabel and Deborah were called up. Basically, if you've got like a D or an E, you're the worst, and if you've got the A plus, you're the winner. Deborah was voted the most honest. Powerful, Hannah and Kieran were stepped up, and Hannah was voted the most powerful. And then, this is when you knew that it was the result of the eviction.
That's when we knew, but how did they not fucking
Well, how did they not know? The category was popularity, and Charlotte gets called up, and Isabel gets called up.
And no one took, not even Raph or anyone.
But they knew they were up for eviction.
Were you worried that Isabel was going to go?
No.
You thought Charlotte would go?
Yeah.
I was worried.
No, I knew it was going to be Charlotte. Are you just kidding me? You were actually worried between Charlotte and Isabel.
I know, I was worried. I don't know why.
Nah, there's nothing in that.
Honestly, I was.
And then Charlotte had E. Was it
Isabel
like E?
got A and Charlotte got F. Because she's a dunce and she's been a crap housemate even after her bitch mother came in and gave her a pep talk. And Black Jungle Snake, I don't care if you fancy her. She's a fucking idiot. What?
I'm just trying to remember these nominations were the athlete nominations, right?
Yeah.
I'm just puzzling over the fact they didn't realise.
It was insane. And then when the penny
finally
dropped, they were like...
they opened the grades that Charlotte was like...
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
No, and then Big Brother said, oh, you've been expelled or something, didn't they?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. And then Charlotte said, oh, don't worry, I'm going to go and get laid. Classy.
This is exactly what Ellie said when she left, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Stop these people. These people. So Big Brother announced that the housemates have made the final week.
Did you twig that they didn't say you're finalists?
Yeah.
I did too, but some people didn't. But how come Raph didn't, if he's such a big super fan?
He's just caught in the moment. He did realise later, though. But he goes into